rockets were fired towards the base, and one security source said that rockets fell inside the base. Fox has reported that U.S. troops were injured. Secretary of State Antony Blinken held a ceremony at the State Department with Australia's foreign minister. The secretary calls for conflicts in the Middle East to ease amid the potential of a wider war.
All parties must refrain from escalation. All parties must take steps to ease tensions.
And Israel is bracing for an attack from Iran after back-to-back assassinations of a Hezbollah military chief in Beirut and a Hamas terror group leader in Tehran. One American-born Jew says God miraculously saved Israel once this year, and he expects him to do it again. Here's AFN Steve Jordahl.
Kobe Ferguson is an American that God led his wife and a ministry bringing the gospel to the Jewish people. His daughter is serving in the IDF and was among the first to learn earlier this year that hundreds of missiles and drones from Iran were heading their way. She only had a short time to reach out to her father.
I did receive the most eerie text I've ever received in my life that morning. It just simply said, Abba, Daddy, please pray, they're coming.
Ferguson told the Today's Issues crew that to that point, Iran had been using terror groups to harass the Jewish homeland.
On April 13th, just earlier this year, 2024, it was an unprecedented historical attack by Iran. Never seen this before in history. Iran directly attacking Israel.
But he says God stepped in and protected his people.
It was miraculous, guys. I'm telling you. We got word back from our friends and people that we know that work in the Iron Dome mechanisms. They said, we were not supposed to be that accurate. It never is that accurate. And we were able to share with them and say, look, millions of Christians were praying.
So now Israel is bracing for a second attack. President Biden and Vice President Harris have reportedly retreated to the Situation Room in Washington, D.C., and in Israel it's being reported Prime Minister Netanyahu is in his version of that room.
So to see those missiles shot down and not be effective, I think has been a thumb in the eye to Iran, and now as we see another one of their leaders assassinated, I think they're wanting to kind of save face, and so I think the attack is very real.
I'm Steve Jordahl.
Wall Street fell today, continuing a global rout in financial markets as fear worsens that the U.S. economy is slowing down. Worries over the economy are front and center after a series of disappointing reports, including a weaker than expected jobs report on Friday. Big tech stocks, which have led the market to record after record this year, bore the brunt of the selling. Google has handed a major loss in their search engine business. Here's Fox's Hillary Barsky.
A federal judge ruled that the company engaged in illegal practices to preserve its search engine dominance over online searches, delivering a major antitrust victory to the Justice Department in its quest to rein in Silicon Valley tech titans. U.S. District Judge Ahmet P. Mehta's ruling said that Alphabet's Google, which performs about 90% of the world's internet searches, exploited its market dominance to snuff out competitors. Mehta agreed with the government's key argument that Google suppressed competition.
Heavy and its remnant is forecast to affect the southeast coastline for a majority of the week. Here's Fox Weather's Kiana Lewis.
A very active week ahead of us, and when we look at those areas shaded in the red, notice that Charleston and Wilmington are both in that red 2 times this week, Tuesday and into Wednesday. That's what we'll continue to watch for, maybe those flood concerns taking us through the majority of this week.
Some places along coastal Georgia and South Carolina could get over 2 feet of rain. The National Hurricane Center said the system will move across southeast Georgia tonight and tomorrow and move offshore of the South Carolina coast by late tomorrow and Wednesday. Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to announce her running mate tomorrow. An event is scheduled in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is on the short list. He is a former Attorney General and Congressman from Philadelphia. I'm Robert Thornton.
The FDA did approve this particular over-the-counter drug for terminating early pregnancies. This is a policy that not only should be challenged, it was challenged. This is a study that's done, and this is the data, this is the science. You can always question that and say, well, who is funding this research? Are these geared toward a specific outcome? But that also begs the question, where is our funding on our side for better studies?
Jenna Ellis in the morning, weekdays at 7 Central on American Family Radio.
Darkness is not an affirmative force. It simply reoccupies the space vacated by the light.
This is the Hamilton Quarter on American Family Radio.
It should be uncomfortable for a believer to live as a hypocrite.
Delivering people out of the bondage
bondage of mainstream media and the philosophies of this world.
God has called you and me to be his ambassadors, even in this dark moment. Let's not miss our moment.
And now, the Hamilton.
今日は始まる前に教えたの？それとも終わった後？始まる前だよ。スチーム入ったの？どれくらい入ったの？
わかんないよ。知ってるやつと話してたから。
中で。サウナ入んなかったの？サウナ入んなかったの？
スパだ。
スチーム。その時どうした？
全部食べた。
全部食べた。量はどうだった？
ジャムがうまかった。
量は全部量は足りた？それとも全部ちょうどよかった？うん？
ちょうどいいよ。
お腹空いてるかね？